All right. Great grand rising to the royal family, Unc and Ma'at. If you guys can hear me loud and clear, please drop a 111 in the chat. If you guys can hear me loud and clear, please do drop a 111 in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. All right. Okay, I see those ones. Thank you so much, family. Appreciate it. See those ones. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. I know I am. Great grand rising to each and every single one of you. For those of you who may not know who I am, my name is Mark with a C, Blake, and I am your humble servant trader here on Profits Before Sunrise, where we take only the highest probability trade ideas, executing them with discipline, patience, and consistency. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you on YouTube. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever it is or wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is for you. I just want to say welcome to Profits Before Sunrise. This is where we're taking profits before the sun rises. So if you are live with us on YouTube, welcome. And also remember that this information that I'm sharing this morning is for educational purposes only and should not be taken as financial advice. What we're going to be doing here is trading, which involves risk. All right. And past results do not guarantee future results. So trade with caution. And if you are watching the pre-recording, well, the not the pre-recording. If you're watching the recording after the fact, definitely do not attempt to do this live, because it's not live if you're watching it after the fact, of course, right? But I still need to say that because you never know. All right, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to dive right into the markets. We don't have a whole lot of time. We only have an hour here, and we are going to be looking at the market within that time frame to see if there are any opportunities there for us to utilize our strategy that we've been using for the last umpteen years. Ready, set, go. Strategy that I designed to take the very highest probability trades in the very shortest possible time, which is about 3 minutes. Today being the 29th of May, the 29th. Wow, it's already here. I see only one news item that could affect us in the market, and that is for euro, and it's all day. All right, it's all day. So let me see what's happening tomorrow and Friday. We have USD giving some news off as well, and then on Friday we have CAD and USD again. So we have some news for today and tomorrow. 7:30 a.m. will be the next one. That should not affect us, but definitely will be affecting the market. All right. So we want to dive into now the currency strength meter. So you have fundamental analysis, which a lot of people spend a lot of time and energy focusing on. And then you have the technical analysis, which people spend a whole lot more time focusing on. All right. And the technicals is on the chart. We're going to get there shortly. But before we do that, let's go to currency strength meter. The currency strength meter helps us to determine which direction we're going in the market, whether we're going up or down or sideways, because you can only really go 3 ways, up, down, or sideways, right? The order in which that happens, though, is very random, okay? So we need to figure out which direction is going now. We can do that by looking at the charts, and we can do that by looking at the currency strength meter, okay? So we're going to start off by looking at the currency strength meter. Now, when you're moving up with the currency strength meter, what tends to happen is the first currency is usually stronger than the second currency. So for example, if we're looking at EURJPY, a trade that actually went south for myself last night. So I know the team The team probably took a stop loss hit on that, EJ. But it's greater than the JPY. Euro is stronger than the JPY, right? By 2 bars, actually. So you know that if the first currency, which is euro, is stronger than the second currency, which is JPY, then you should be going up in the market. All right. So if the first currency is greater than the second currency, you're going up. So that is euro and JPY. All right. So this is the first currency, and then this is the second. And we would call it EURJPY. Okay, EURJPY. That's how you would call it. So we know then that this is going up because the first currency is greater than the second. The next one that I would look at would be USDJPY, or UJ for short. And you can see here USD has an up arrow, which means it's getting stronger and going up. Wonderful. JPY is weaker by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 bars strong, but it's weaker by 3 bars, right? So USD is stronger than JPY. So again, we're going up with UJ. The next one that we would look at would be EU, or Euro USD. And you can see here, USD is stronger than Euro by only 1 bar. Therefore, we would be going down with EU. I hope you guys are getting the hang of this. It's a very easy method to look at the currencies, but when you get to the market, ladies and gentlemen, the market will tell you exactly what it's doing. And that is what you should pay more attention to. All right. We usually have a few backup pairs, GJ being one of them. And that should be going up because GBP is greater than Japanese yen. And then we usually also have AJ and AU. My handwriting is horrific. I know, guys. I know. So AJ is going up 1 bar difference. And all of this can change, right? While we're trading. AUD USD should be going down 2 bars difference. So what I like to do is write these currency pairs down, write it under the date. So I write the date, which day I'm trading. I write the currencies that I'm trading, and then I write the result, whether it's a win or an L. All right, so I'll just do LW or L beside it, or if I did not trade it, I'd leave it alone. All right, so I could have traded EURJPY twice out of 2 wins and 1 L. Okay, so that would be 3 trades for the day, and that's how I usually document that. All right, so having said that, let us now switch our gears and head on over to the charts. Now, the chart that we usually look at, the program, the application that we usually use is known as TradingView. Now, TradingView is free to use, but I would always recommend you purchase your tools that you're planning to use because, why not? It's the tool you're going to use, right? So you want to go ahead and purchase TradingView to unlock all its resources. But the free one does a fairly good job. Okay. So if you guys remember, we're going to look at EURJPY first, which was going up. So I'll just put a green flag on that. Green flag on the plate. What was that? USDJPY was the next one. And USDJPY was also green. Okay, EURUSD was the next one. EURUSD was somewhat going down. We're going to look at it when we get there. GBPJPY was going up, so we have that as green. AUD/USD or AUD/JPY was going up, so we have that as green. And AUD/USD was going down. I'll flag that as red. Okay, wow, you can see it's really going up too. So EURJPY, do we have a play here? Not quite yet. How do I know? Because the strategy that we use takes the RSI into consideration, whether it's overbought or oversold. I heard somebody say, what's overbought or oversold? Oversold is when you're trying to take an upward moving trade. Well, this is with the ready, set, go strategy. Other people use it other ways. I mean, some people say once it's below the 50, they're looking to sell the momentum. Once they're above the 50, they're looking to buy. All right. So what we do is we wait for price to actually get below this area and then start to push back up. Once it does that, we start to look for a buying opportunity. So if we're looking at EURJPY for the buy, we need to go below this line first, and then we need to start pushing up. Sometimes it might come down and touch the line and then push back up. Also an option, all right? Also an option. So you can look out for that. So what I do is, instead of just sitting here watching the candlesticks print, I put an alert on the floor of that RSI. So when it gets there, it will alert me. Yes, it can do that. Okay. Now, the technical side of the trade, how do we identify this technically for a trade opportunity? Well, first and foremost, I make the chart just a little bit small enough so I can see some historical data in the past. And I will start right here, which was the last high that was really created. And you can see where we had a nice downward moving trend. We got into this market somewhere here, waiting for that push up, and it absolutely just tanked. All right. It went into consolidated mode. You can see the moving average turned red. So now we have to wait for it to turn back green, and it's actually green right now. So we've been on a slight upward moving trend right here. This is not a trend. This is just an impulse. A trend is when we have two or more touches to a trend line. So that means you have at least one or two you have at least 2 to 3 impulses. That constitutes a trend. All right. So we're not quite on a trend as yet. We're just now breaking the last high that was created, which would have been this one right here. Okay. So that was the last high. Price just absolutely tanked, creating a floor right here. Coming back down, tested it once again, then pushing up. All right. So the last area of retest for a high was right there. So this was the low, break it, retest it, came back down, failed to break below, then it broke above, starting a new movement to the upside. Not to mention we broke above the trend line. So yes, we are somewhat looking like we're forming a new movement to the upside for the day, but I can't trust it as yet because we're not entirely trending. And we're nowhere near taking a trade right now. So EURJPY, we have to skip on that one right now. It is not ready. The time now is 5:19. Looking at USDJPY, seeing where the market is or was consolidating here, moving sideways. That's just seemed to be the situation last night. Everything just seemed to start going into a trend, consolidated mode. And that's fine because the market typically consolidates more than it trends. Did you know that? So you have to know how to be very patient to really catch those positions that will take you for a ride for a long time. But because we're trading binary, we simply need a reaction. We simply need one candlestick that is going in our direction. Just one. If we have just one, we can actually take the trade. All right. So I'm going to actually put a boom, an alert again on the RSI's 30, just simply waiting for price to come back down to retest this area. So somebody said, Mark, what does a retest mean? Well, you see, the strategy that we employ, it looks into a specific pattern. It takes a specific pattern into consideration. It's the ABCD correction, all right? I like to call it. So, for example, if we start here, which is the important area that we want to retest, if we start here, it goes from A to B, which creates a floor, then B to C, which creates a high, and then D is where we retest. We retest that high from A, okay? And we start to go up. So pretty much what I just drew is this. All right, does that make sense, guys? That's what I just drew, okay? To be accurate. Actually, to be even more accurate, I'll just pull it down to here. So that's what I just drew. So now I'm waiting for price to come back down into that zone and give me a reaction to the upside, which then I will take my opportunity to go back up. If it breaks below this area, then there are two other positions that we could take. I won't dive into that right now, but definitely, if you would like to learn more about how we trade, please do go ahead and drop in the comments below, learn. That way we can reach out to you, or you can feel free to contact me via WhatsApp, or just click the link in the description below to actually start getting mentorship from our mentorship program, Beyond the Charts. All right, so feel free to subscribe to this channel, please do. And if the information that we've been sharing so far is of some value, go ahead and smash that like button, and feel free to share this also with anyone who you know is interested in learning more about investing in the largest financial markets in the world. That is the crypto market, the Forex market, the commodities market, precious metals, you name it, we can trade it. All right, so let's carry on. This is USDJPY, and we are waiting now for that position. Okay, so let us move right along. EURUSD. So EURUSD is now dropping, and our trade opportunity would have been at 455 for the sell. So you guys can see we're still in sell mode. So the currency strength meter was quite accurate. So far, so good with all the three currencies that we normally trade, typically trade. So EURUSD is indeed going down. We had somewhat of an expansion here where the market just came to life and gave us some bigger moves, right? And that's because the London session started. When the London session opens, we usually get that sort of a move. So this is the high that was created on this move. And you can see we came right back up to the high, respected it, and then dropped. In order for me to take a trade opportunity here, I need to see some structure being developed to the downside, right? I need to see either price break this area and retest it, or I need to see price create somewhat of some type of structure in this range for us to trade it. But to be honest with you, I doubt that's gonna happen because we need to actually come back up before we can go down, right? And I suspect we might have some hiccups here as well. Price might just come here, have a reaction, waste some time, and you know, we need to see price actually going down. And it's furthest away from the RSI 70. It's further than the other two, so we have a longer time to wait for that. Unfortunately, EURUSD is not set up either, so we patiently wait to see what is going to happen with that. All right, let's shift gears now into the last three currencies, the last three pairs, GBPJPY and AUDJPY and AUDUSD. Now, GBPJPY, as you can see, guys, is crisscrossing. So, of course, that is consolidating. And definitely we can't trade that right now, right? But we're going to mark it up and see what we have here. So our last high was there. Price came up, created a high that was respected multiple times, came back down, created a low, right? And it's now in the middle of the zone. So this is a range, a high and a low, a resistance and a support, as they would have taught us. And we're in the middle of no man's land. Okay. Guys, the course that we have, our mentorship program Beyond the Charts has a course within it that teaches you a lot of the key terminologies that you're going to need to know, a lot of the technical indicators. We literally teach from the basic through to the intermediary, all the way up to the advanced traders. All right. And we ensure that when you're done, you become an independently profitable trader. All right. That means you should be able to trade independently and trade profitably. All right. Not a lot of people who can trade can be profitable because trading is not just technical skills. Trading is really mental skills. Trading is about how emotionally stable you are. How about how emotionally intelligent you are? How about can you tell yourself what to do and actually do it? How many of us struggle with doing that? Where is your New Year's resolution right now? Let me ask you that. Have you completed it? All right. What was your goal for this year? Have you completed it? Have you started it? Okay. A lot of us have a lot of problems when it comes on to being able to tell ourselves what to do and complete it. And a lot of times what we typically tend to do here in the market is we get started believing that, this is a get rich quick thing. To be honest, guys, I'm not looking for individuals who are or who have the get rich quick mentality, because this is not a get rich quick scheme. This is a get wealthy slow scheme, right? Yes, you can make some really good money in a very short possible period of time, but it will require some emotional intelligence to do so. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if that is something that you're looking for, to not just make some quick money, because, easy come, easy go. If you're not just into making quick money, but you're truly into personally developing yourself as an investor, then definitely, this is a place you can grow. All right. So we're looking for the potential possibility of EURJPY pushing up. And I would say this is an area of interest where we could do so. Why? Because we actually created a slight bit of a high here, pulled back down, broke it, and we could be pulling back into it right now in order to push out. Okay, so keep that on the radar. Not such an amazing trade, but definitely a possibility. Okay. And the RSI is in alignment. The time now is 5:29, so let's see what this 5:30 candle has in store for us. Okay. All right. So that is EURJPY. Right. Okay. All right. So I have a lower risk on for this, but nevertheless, I'm watching it now. So I'm going to switch over to the dual chart where we can see what's happening on the 1 minute time frame and the 5 minute time frame. Somebody just said, Mark, what did you just do? The market doesn't quite look the same anymore. Is that the same pair? Yes, it is. It is the same pair, but it's on a different time frame. So if you're new to trading and you're watching this for the very first time, each one of these candlesticks are actually based on time. Price is a function of price and time. So um, when it's moving, it's going to move for a minute on this chart, and this candlestick is going to move for 5 minutes on that chart. Okay, let me select 3 minutes on the clock here and go in 3, 2, 1. I'm in on that. Okay, so what you're going to find is that these candlesticks represent 1 minute, like we just saw, right? We started at 5:30. And then 5:31, this candle started. 5:32, another one is going to start. 5:33, another one is going to start. So every minute, the price will move based on time. All right. As time goes by, it's not based on time. As time goes by, price will move. So this is a 1 minute chart. This is a 5 minute chart. So this started at 5:30, and this one will end at 5:35. Okay. All right. So how will we win the trade, or how do we lose the trade? All right, let me show you. So when you decide to enter the trade, which would be on the closing of this candlestick, why? Because this is the starting of the 5:30 and you're in it for 3 minutes. If the market moves up higher than where you entered, then once the market closes your trade and you're higher than where you entered, you win. If it closes below where you entered, you lose. Okay, you take a lesson. Now, like for instance, right now, probably will take a lesson here because price is extremely dropping. I'm gonna have to utilize a strategy here to mitigate that lesson. I'm gonna do what is known as a double up. Price is not quite ready to turn around yet. So because you are going to be lower than where you entered, that be a lesson, all right? You have to ensure that you are above. So the market is still now tanking, still sinking, because of whatever reason. It's coming down to the floor here. So it did not listen to this ceiling here. It did not respect it, is what I should say. And it's now trying to drive its way through. Now, that's not to say it's not going to respect the ceiling, because it hasn't broken it as yet, right? As you can see, it's literally pulling to it right now, and it can turn around here as well, okay? So be very mindful of that. It's not broken until the candlestick closes below the zone. So each candlestick has 4 very key important points. Oh gosh, I forgot to double up. Has key important points. It has a high, a low, a open, and a close. Okay? Has 4 key points. The high is the highest point that it has been. The low will be the lowest point it has been. And then you have an open, which is where it started. And then you have a close, which is where it's going to end. Right? So I just missed my double up opportunity, which would have worked out so perfectly, because I would have caught it right here and it pushed up green. So 1, 2, this last candle is the candle would have had to catch the double up on, and it pushed green. So more than likely would have caught that double up. I hope my students over there was able to catch the double up. I didn't. I was teaching and distracted. It's okay though. All right, so 5:35 is when this candle is going to end, and then the next one will start. So you guys can see how this came all the way down to here, but like I said, did not break it. It created a low and then pushed right back up. All right, so now the new candle, 5:35, has started. All right, and you guys can see here how the market moves. You're seeing candle by candle how the market moves. So it's coming back down now. It's in that zone. Let's see if it's going to respect it or if it's going to break through it. If it does break through it, no problem. If it respects it, then great. It could have a potential to go up. The time now is 5:35. I'm going to take this trade opportunity as well. Let me see if it's going to rock out for us. Let me refresh the screen for the currency strength meter and look at EURJPY, Euro having a down arrow, JPY having an up arrow, and they're equal. So guess what? That's no trade for me. That's no trade for me. The red arrow is on the Euro, which means it's getting weaker. The JPY has a green arrow, which means it's probably getting stronger, and they're equal in strength. That's a consolidated move. So I would hold off on this. I wish I had come back and seen it before, because if I had, I would not have taken that trade. Euro is red, JPY is green. Okay. Really wish I had seen that. Anyway, so let's see here. And so now we're having this push up here. I'm gonna go ahead and finish analyzing the rest and let EURJPY do its thing. EURJPY, how you doing? How you feeling? Missed you. Haven't traded you in a long time. All right, so we can see here that price is having some movement to the downside. And AUDJPY, AUD has a red arrow, JPY has a green arrow, which is showing significant momentum to the downside. I do not have a trade set up right now for this as we turn or potentially turn to the downside. Our lowest area would be right here, right? And price just broke it. And so we need to wait to see some structure get created here. So I'm going to leave AUDJPY alone. That's actually for a sell. AUDUSD, same thing. Looks to me like we are having a lot of downward pressure with AUD. We need to see some reaction going back down from here. And I do not think we're going to get that anytime soon. All right, so that's it, guys. We have analyzed all the currency pairs. EURJPY, definitely the one that we took first, but did not pay out for us at all. But looks like we could be getting that movement to the upside now. Again, I'm going to just be patient and watch this for a second because of the currency's strengths. They're not only equal, but they're opposite, right? Flag on the play. They're opposites in strength. So while Euro should be getting stronger so we can go up, it's actually getting weaker. And while the JPY should be getting weaker so we can go up, it's getting stronger. So it's showing a lot more momentum to the downside than it is to the upside. We're also below the moving average, so I will sit patiently and just wait this one out. All right, definitely looks like a nice trade opportunity, but the metrics for us don't line up. So we're gonna move it right along. USDJPY, we're waiting for that to come on down. EURUSD. EURUSD made its way back down. Hello. That was a nice move back down. EURUSD is actually looking quite nice, but USD is stronger than the euro, and it really is pushing down. So our trade opportunity would have come right here at 455. 535, it made its way down. Remember what I had? This is what I had. We're taking it back up off that area, possibly back down, or we could break this area in its entirety and just keep on going down as well. But I suspect that we're going to have that reaction here, which is what we got. Okay. So definitely a lot of people who are comfortable in their trading may have taken that for a buy. Well, for me, especially for beginners, I say wait to go with the trend. Okay, wait to go with the trend. But definitely that was expected, and that's what it's doing now. All right, Euro USD. Let's move to GBPJPY. Still in the range, did not break out like we would have liked it to. And here is a thing that happens in the consolidated market, ladies and gentlemen. Price will move off the floor, move back up to the ceiling, move back down to the floor, move back up to the ceiling, and it will continue to do that until it decides to break free of that range, either to the upside or to the downside. If you're coming out of an uptrend, I would more like for it to break to the upside. All right, if you're coming out of a downtrend, I'd like to see it break to the downside and continue its path of least resistance. All right, so if you guys are understanding what's going on, wonderful. If not, I understand. It's kind of like Chinese to you right now. These are the Japanese candlestick. So it might look like Japanese. It might look like Japanese to you right now. But it's really just reading the charts, guys. We have an X and Y axis. We have price on one end and we have time on the other. And we just watch the market move up, down, or sideways, and we use past data, historical data and information to predict which direction we're going. This is very speculative. It's called speculative trading, actually. And so what we do is based on our strategy, based on what we've seen happen over time, we have an opinion, actually, of which direction the market is going to go. Now, as to whether or not the market goes in that direction is something else. But if you're right, you get paid. All right. If you're not, you learn a lesson. And I would really hope that you learn from it and get better, okay, at forecasting, which is what we're doing here. All right, let's keep on scanning. All right, let's keep on scanning. I don't think anyone was able to take a trade. I also have a class, guys. I have a class that is live with me right now. And wow, it's a full call today. Wow, we are packed. Did anyone get an opportunity to take a trade? If you did, wonderful. Let me know in the chats if you did. If you are 0-1 like myself, no problem. We will have more opportunities to trade today. We do have the wall session coming up at 12 midday. That's our lunchtime session. And then we also have leverage later tonight. So just to give you guys an idea of the ready, set, go strategy, the ABCD correction, look at this right here, this downtrend. So this is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. So you see how the D matched up with the A? Right. That would have been the trade opportunity right here off the floor. What was once a support turned into a resistance and it sold. Then you had another opportunity here. So that's the push up. Actually, yeah, A right here. This was the floor. This was the high. This was the floor. Came back to the high, the D. So you notice the A and the D matched up again. I could draw it out, but I'm just showing you guys how it works, right? So for example, let me draw it out. So I already drew out the first one. This would be the second one. So floor, ceiling, floor, take your trade here. Again, another one. Floor, ceiling, floor, take your trade here. And another one. Floor, ceiling, floor, take your trade here. So those were 4 different opportunities, guys. And I could go on and on and on showing you how this pattern repeats itself once the market is trending. When it's consolidating or it's expanding, it's a different beast. But once it's trending, You will see those patterns, and if you take them, you have a high probability of catching on to that trend. I hope, if anything, you guys would have picked that up, because that's a key piece of information I just shared and showed you live right here on the charts. Okay. I'm not going back into the future. We're taking this live. So this is another opportunity that could have been had at 540, 542 to take the market down. Okay. It's not lined up with our strategy, but I'm just showing you guys how it works. All right. So let's cycle through the, oh, look at EURJPY. Why? Oh, snap, guys. Look at that. What a nice and beautiful move to the upside. Doing exactly as we predicted. We just got in just a candlestick too early. And we could have waited for price to push up a little bit. But who would have known, right? Because look at the RSI over here, how it pushed up, came to the 50 and kind of just hovered in that area, dropped back down, then pushed up. I mean, the currency strength switched on us, and it switched really quickly on us. And if you go back to the currency strength meter now, the euro is strong and the JPY is weak and there are no arrows. This was the move, guys, and I took my focus off. Boy, this was the move. Look at that. That was such a beautiful 535 move. We took the 530. The 535 was the move. Let's come over here to the 1 minute and examine it. Let's look at this real quick. So 535 would be right here. So the next candlestick that we would have taken if we had gone through with this would have been this one here. And we would have had one candlestick above the entry, a second candlestick below the entry, and the third candlestick rocketed away, giving us a clear. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Missed that one, guys. Missed that one. No worries. No worries. No worries. So you guys see how it works, right? I hope that by doing this analysis live with you guys, you'd have had the opportunity and gotten a whole lot of value from how to predict the movement of the market. And you see now how timing is everything. In binary, timing is literally everything. It is about timing. It is a style of trading that is rooted in timing. Okay, so whether you're in the trade for 1 minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 5 or 15 or whatever, your timing is very specific. Okay, you select a specific time and it lasts, your trade will last the duration of that time and nothing less or nothing more. Well, you could come out earlier, so I shouldn't say nothing less. You can come out earlier to your disadvantage, that is. You'll never come out earlier and really benefit, because if you're coming out earlier, it's a higher risk, right? And the closer you get to your time, the higher the risk. You would have to join our program for us to really dissect that. I cannot do that on YouTube at this time. Too much information to dive into where that is concerned. So time now is 5:50, still cycling through the pairs. We do not have anything else that's going to pop off. USDJPY ain't going to be dropping anytime soon for us to take that opportunity. EURUSD is pulling on up, but I also doubt we're going to be able to take that one. GBPJPY is pulling on up. It is stuck in a zone right now, ranging. And AUDJPY is a sell and also far away from our move. AUDUSD also is pretty far away from our move, based on the RSI, that is. We could see a retest of this zone and a push down, but I highly doubt it's going to respect this zone. We have a lot of imbalance in the market coming down. So we have imbalance here, we have imbalance here, we have imbalance here. Somebody's asking what's imbalance. I know. Guys, I can read minds, you know. I know somebody's out there in YouTube land saying imbalance or fair value gap. You guys hear those terminology get thrown around. Imbalance is simply just the area in between the candlestick that the price has not gone to as yet. So for example, from here to here, you have imbalance. Let me show you the area. From here to here, you have imbalance in the market. From here, no, not that one. Actually, you have a little bit of imbalance here, but I'll just say you have imbalance, all of that. All right, so you have a lot of imbalance in these two candlesticks. Price could definitely pull all the way up to that and then take a plunge. Okay, so we have to just patiently wait for that. All right, so let's continue going through the pairs. We have EU. EU is ringing the bell. EU, what says you? All right, so EU is pushing up. I don't have a zone for EU just now. I do not have a zone for EU just now. I see price had a high here. Had a high here that was respected multiple times. It correlates with this as well. So we could get a possible push off here. Guys, man, I can't make this stuff up, guys. When we got started, we were all the way up here. This was 5 o'clock. We said price could pull down to here. That's exactly what we drew here. And that's exactly what it did, right? And then it pushed off, pushing up. We're now back to this area. So this is a potential area or this is a potential area. Either one can work, all right? Also bear in mind that we had a rejection here. So this is also the last high that we could be testing, all right? So EU, let's see what EU has in store for us. All right, so possible move on EU. We have to be patient and wait for that turn. Let's check the currency strength meter real quick and see what she's doing. Oh, let's see. All right, so EU. Euro is strong with a green arrow. USD is super strong with a green arrow. They're both equally strong, consolidating strong, both up arrows. So, hey, it's anyone's best guess right now, but it's in favor of the sell. So let's see. Let's see if she's going to respect this zone because we could get a wick off this, or she could continue pushing up and then give us a red light coming up to the EMA. Let's see what the 1 minute is doing. All right, so on the 1 minute, we have a ceiling here. We have a ceiling on the 1 minute right there. It's ripping through it. So push down, pull back, push down, pull back, ripping through it. The time now is 5:54. So the next opportunity is going to come at 5:55. Let's see if she's going to turn here and respect this because this is a very big candle. Let's see. All right, so EU, it's now 5:55. I'm going to put 3 minutes on the clock just in case she wants to drop it like it's hot. So we're literally right on the moving average. RSI is above the 70. 1 minute is also above the 70, but we have a lot of momentum to the upside.
Euro just gained another bar.
Euro just gained another bar. Awesome.
So now they're equal.
Thank you so much, Richard. I appreciate you. So they're both equal with a green arrow. Wonderful, wonderful. Thanks for that heads up, Richard. All right, so let's see. Let's see, because that means to me it's fully consolidated mode, guys. It's equal. So my best guess is, it could drop, it could not drop, it could continue to push. But the main thing is we had this big momentum to the upside. We are at the EMA. I don't necessarily have a zone. All right. Don't necessarily have a zone here. So I'm gonna watch this one for a minute here. Let's see. All right, so we have a 1 minute candle that's finally starting to push down. If you are going to take this, you have to reselect your 3 minutes, which would end exactly at 6. All right. I'm gonna hold off on this one. It is now 6. I'm personally gonna hold off on this one, guys. So wait and see what it's gonna do at the next zone. I want to take it in between the zones here. I'll just hold off and see what it does. But because it's 6 o'clock, that means I won't be here to trade with you guys. Okay. So we definitely see the original move that we were looking at happening right now. Price could actually push slightly back up and then back on down. All right. So we're at 557 and we still have upward momentum. Like Richard just said, Euro got stronger. They both have green arrows, so it's like consolidation city. We could get back up to here and then drop back down, and we just keep on moving within that area. Lots of heavy momentum to the upside, by the way. Lots of heavy momentum to the upside. All right, so I think that wraps the session up. Unfortunately, we had 1 L today, and just because of timing, literally the market played out exactly according to plan, but we were 1 candle too early. And somebody says, Mark, how do we avoid that? Maybe you could find a way to avoid it. But the truth is, guys, you're not going to win them all. All right? You're not going to win them all. You're going to be at least 80% right, 20% wrong, depending on your mind power. Okay? So you just have to accept that it is what it is. And don't get trapped into greed. Don't get trapped into too much fear. That's fear of missing out on an opportunity, fear of loss. We have all these different types of fears that rob us of a profitable experience in the market. Don't fall prey to that. Okay. You took an L. Wonderful. Go ahead and try again when there is another setup. And don't get shy because of the L, because that's when you lose the opportunity, or the opportunity misses you because you're not prepared. Don't just take some trades that line up with your trade idea. Take all trades that line up with your trade idea. That way you'll truly get a representation of your 80-20 rule, or your win to loss ratio will appear. Okay. All right, so with that being said, drop your results in the chat. Let me know if you guys were able to trade along, if you took any trades outside of my own. I am 0-1 right there with you, Haley Hill. I am 0-1. Drop your results in the chat. Let me know how you guys fared out this morning. Again, we have another session that will be on at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and that is on the walls with none other than our Empress JMax, who takes amazing trade opportunities in the market and multiple trade opportunities, high probability trade opportunities, and you can find her on the walls at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and we'll be right back here for Profits After Dark, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That is in the North Americas. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, a session where we look at leverage trading. And we trade not for time, but we trade based on pips. All right. Looking forward to seeing each and every single one of you on those calls later today. All right. So with that being said, may the divine forces in me greet the divine forces in you. May you all manifest each and every heart's desire. Ashe family, one love. Have an amazing rest of your day. This is your boy Mark with a C. I'm out, guys. Peace for now. See how this just came down and just came right back up to that high? Amazing. Just